Hello, it's George again, founder of the Coaches Growth Club and your guide for coach-friendly, authentic, and with integrity done client attraction and booking assistance and guidance. So it's great to be here already on video 3 of this Passion Profession series, because in this particular video I get to share a much more in-depth view with you of how to put all these systems in place by revealing the Client Attraction Mastery Blueprint. So this is going to be the exact blueprint that you can follow in order to transform your coaching business into a thriving and prosperous practice. And if you've ever been confused about how all of these pieces of client attraction and retention fit together, and more importantly, what goes into creating massive success with these strategies, then this is the video for you. So maybe you're a new coach and you aren't yet attracting steady clients, or you're an experienced coach who isn't maximizing client lifetime value yet. But in this video, I'll show fellow certified coaches like you and me how we can achieve consistent and scalable growth. So before we dive into the content of video 3, let me briefly recap the first 2 videos in case you haven't had a chance to watch those yet or it's been a while. In video 1, we talked about how now is the right time to optimize your client attraction strategies so you can have a booked coaching calendar in order to usher in a new era for your coaching practice, right? And we spoke about the wonderful opportunity that we have as certified coaches by simply following our passion and turn it into a prosperous profession, and therefore the ability to realize our dream lifestyle doing what we love. Then in video 2, we covered the first steps to take so you can begin transforming your coaching practice. And if you haven't seen those videos, you can go back and watch them, of course, and come back here for the big reveal of the blueprint. And for today, what I'm going to build on is I'm going to build on what we already discussed, of course, and give you the complete blueprint to mastering client attraction and retention. By the end of this video, you'll have a lot more clarity about this topic and you'll see how everything fits together. And I'm also going to share a few powerful client follow-up strategies that you might find useful. And once you have those, it will be very difficult to find yourself in a place of worrying about losing a client because of follow-up. So those will be a few added tips that I'll fill in here as well. And that should help you break free of frustration and is also key in helping you build a thriving coaching business so you can experience financial freedom and personal satisfaction. So we've got a lot to cover today. So if you would like to take some notes, feel free to grab some writing utensils and you can follow along. So let me position, if you will, the blueprint a little bit for you. So anytime you're trying to optimize your coaching practice, it can be hard, right? Because in the beginning, it's new. Things like identifying your ideal clients, setting the right prices, and crafting compelling marketing messages are not necessarily easy. I certainly spent way too much trying to learn it, but I'm trying to shorten the learning curve for you and also make it a lot more affordable, because this video series in essence is completely free, just costs you a little bit of time to watch it and then time to implement. But the implementation already will help you make good progress. So further to these elements, you just need to know the role that each plays in the overall strategy, right? So it's not necessarily easy, and sometimes it can be also confusing to see all of these different messages out there, and they can be even contradicting, and then it gets confusing, right? So I've done the hard work for you, if you will, and deciphered and synergized everything that's out there, and ultimately distilling it down to the principles and brought it into a framework that is, for coaches by a coach. And on top of that, even if you have experience with, client attraction and booking for your coaching practice already, we are still also here looking for the 80-20. You don't have any time to waste, so you want to find the 20% of efforts that give you the 80% of return of the results, right? So that's why I'm really excited to share with you the Client Attraction Mastery Blueprint today, because it's going to save you a ton of time. And this exact blueprint you need to is what you need to consistently attract and retain client. And by the way, this is the blueprint that we're also using inside the Coaches Growth Club, right? This there's more detail behind it, and there are more. There's a lot of support to also put these things into practice. But it's the same. It's essentially the same structure. Okay, so you will find either in the caption or depending on where you see this video, there will be either in the caption or in the description, or there might be a button, an opportunity to download the PDF that I'll share today also, so you can take that away. And this can be your copy of the Client Attraction Mastery Blueprint. All right, so when you have the PDF downloaded, what you'll be able to see there is a structure of the blueprint based on belt stages. So there are 5 in there, and I like to use belts because it is, of course, borrowed from martial arts. And typically, the first couple of belts are quicker to attain than the later ones. And you have to do it in sequence. And that's also what I wholeheartedly recommend with the Client Attraction Mastery Blueprint. So what we want to do is go step by step, yellow, orange, green, blue, brown. And don't skip ahead, right? Because everything builds, and you start. We're assuming, right, that we're starting from 0. If you look at the stages and you see, I've already got it, then of course you can consider yourself already having that particular belt and advancing to the next one. But I'm not making that assumption. In the blueprint, of course, I want to pick you up from, for example, coming straight out of coaching school and wanting to start and build your coaching practice up into a thriving profession using all of your passion. And that's why it's structured like belts, and we're starting with yellow. So in the yellow belt, we're building the foundation. That's where you want to create your ideal client avatar, so you exactly know who you want to be of service to, what your primary target audience is. And you also want to start collecting prospective ideal clients on a newsletter list. That's a direct way to be of service to them, where you then publish 2 to 4 times a month, and with something that's really valuable for your ideal client. And you also have a coaching program that is designed to a particular aspiration or challenge, just like we covered in the next steps, right? So this will be quite familiar, rather than trying to sell coaching hours, okay? So I'm gonna get a little bit quicker through the other belts. The orange belt is where you are rounding off your basic systems for client attraction and booking, where you're creating an ideal client magnet, sometimes called a lead generation magnet, which is basically a bigger piece of content that solves a slightly bigger challenge than you do in your newsletters. It could also be a collection of the top 10 most frequently questions that you encounter, bundled together. And there are many other options inside the Coaches Growth Club. We cover those. But you want to create one of those so that you entice people to join your newsletter more easily. And you also want to have your playbook for your booking calls written up so that you have a very nice flowing booking call conversation. And you also want to enhance your coaching program. You can do that with worksheets or something else to give it a bit more structure and improve the results for your clients, right? So then we're going into the green belt, where we are focusing a little bit more on the attraction part, right? Scaling up your the distribution of your message. So this is where you would be looking more at your social media outreach and professionalize that, working out exactly what the messaging is that you put out there, the frequency that is suited particular to the platform that you have chosen, where your ideal clients are hanging out, where they're congregating. You at this stage also want to implement your systems for referrals and for testimonials, and you also at this point in time are starting with email campaigns and work out what campaigns to do when, and how to draft them, how to craft them. Okay, then we're going into blue belt, so we're sort of at the in the second half now after going through the green belt. In the blue belt, it's more about building additional systems around that are complementing your coaching, that are complementing your one-to-one or your team coaching. So you are less reliant on your own time. And this is something that you cannot really do at the beginning, because at the beginning you have zero audience. And for offering those types of services without an audience is very tricky, right? So that's why we're doing this now, right? Where this is typically the point in time where the systems that you've built before have gotten you enough clients, so that you're now thinking about, okay, I'm actually now pretty busy, And now I want to be more selective about my ideal clients, not necessarily work with everybody who comes who is an ideal fit, but with a special selection, and the rest you are being of service to through other offerings, right? So that's what we're looking at in the blue belt, and also going into paid advertising, because now we know really our messaging, right? And this is also the stage where we want to ensure that your time is not taken up by repeatable tasks, by administrative tasks, right? That they are automated as much as possible through business automation, using tools, or perhaps through a virtual assistance service. And then finally, we're going to the brown belt, which is where you are now going in a one-to-many live environment, where you either do cohort programs, group coaching programs, or masterminds, or membership programs. And you are already in a position where you have your dream lifestyle to at least to some extent of stability realized for yourself. And you are already at the point where it is very comfortable for you to then join a program like 1% for the Planet. It's not mandatory, of course, but I'm strongly encouraging everyone to do. Okay, so those are the belts that we have in the Client Attraction Mastery System. As I said, it shares the same backbone that we also use in the Coaches Growth Club, where there are guidance and tutorials available for all of these things. But with the blueprint in hand for free here, you essentially have a step-by-step guide of what to do when and what to build upon what. Okay, so that is the whole purpose of today. And with that, I'm just going to do a little bit of a recap of what we've covered. So we had the yellow belt, which is about building a foundation with the ideal client avatar, newsletter setup coaching program. We had the orange belt, where we are priming those systems with an ideal client magnet, your booking call playbook and session worksheets. The green belt, where we're boosting client attraction with social media formalization and systems for that, your referral system, and also email campaigns. Then we went on to blue belt, where I thought I had turned off the reactions in the system, but yes. Thumbs up for the blue belt. Scaling with digital offerings, right? Alternatives to the one-to-one or team coaching. We're going into paid ads, ensuring that your time is used for what you do best, right? Which is coaching related, content creation, that kind of stuff. Everything else that is more administrative, we're taking off your hands. And we can do that gradually up until now, but this is the stage where we definitely have to have it done. And then the brown belt, where we're enabling more one-to-many programs, be that either group coaching or other things. And where you'll already not just having a dream, but have a solid taste of your dream lifestyle, and are in a position where you're comfortably giving back also, right? So I'm assuming this now it's a lot easier, right? Seeing how everything fits together, having a step-by-step system, and most importantly, I'm guessing, doesn't it feel good knowing what you should focus on right now? Right, you know exactly what to do before and in the middle and after, regardless of where you are on the journey. Right, you can actually use the blueprint also to self-identify and say, okay, I've got these and those things, and I'm missing that, so kind of fill in the gap here. So do you see how this clarity can help you attract and book more clients easier and faster? So now that you've got those wheels turning, I of course want to hear from you as always. I know you picked up a lot of ideas from this video, and now it's time to get started, right? I already revealed the first steps in the last video, but now you also have the roadmap, you have the blueprint, the big picture. Now you can just get going. So let me know in the comments what your first step will be. And if you found this video helpful and you know some certified coaches or have some in your network, please do share it on and give it to someone else a hand by sharing the video, whichever platform is best for you. And with that, what's next, right? This is a series, and it has 4, maybe 5, but probably just 4 videos. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how to implement what you learned today easier and faster. Right? If you're a new coach, this lays out the exact plan, so you can start booking more clients. If you're an experienced coach, you'll build on what you've already created by following specific steps that are designed to get you past what's holding you back, so you get on track and reach your goals as fast as possible. And speaking of learning how to attract and book more clients, we've been hearing from a number of people who've had questions about the Coaches Growth Club, and I'd love to see you in there, right? So in the next video, I'm going to share a little bit more about what's in the Coaches Growth Club, because I've been mentioning it, but I wanted to keep these first videos very, very focused on the opportunity, the first steps, and the blueprint. And in the next video, it will be all about acceleration. So a few sort of teasing words, right? The way that it works is that I open the full membership to the general public on a very limited basis. And I'm doing this so it runs similar to a college class, where those people who join together also learn together. So the registration opens just for a few days and then it closes. So I create space for the new members, and everyone can go through the content together. I'm there, and I can really be of service to everyone who's joining. And the doors then close again for a couple of months before opening them again, right? So if you're interested in moving forward and you want to know more, then join me in the next video. There will be more information about it, where I lay it all out for you. But for now, I just want to leave you with this. Just by taking part in this workshop, you're already closer to knowing how to attract and book more clients, okay? Think back to video 1, where you learn about the opportunity of what putting these steps into motion can actually realize for you and for your life, for your family, and the strategy that lies underneath it all, right? So this training alone has already shown you the path to having a booked coaching calendar. And once you have the steps in place, it can seem quite easy, right? So in video 2, where you saw how to actually begin the transformation of your coaching practice by implementing these first steps, that's huge, right? And knowing this will continue to pay off from now and into the future. And today you got the complete blueprint, so you can consistently attract and retain clients. So isn't it easier knowing every step along the way? Now having it laid out before you, you know exactly what to do, right? So exactly what to do step by step. So to make it even better, we cut to the chase. So you know exactly what gives you bigger results faster and less demand on you. And next time, in the next video, you will get insights into how to do it even better and even faster. But in just these few days, you've already learned so much about how to build a thriving coaching business, right? And in the next video, I'll share the next step on your journey. And I'm excited what's in store for you. So any feedback, any comments, always very welcome. And I'll see you in the next video. So thank you very much for now, and happy coaching.